Imagine you're a tiny little macroinvertebrate walking along the bottom of the stream, and then, boom, heavy metals kill you. Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Price, and today I'm at the Pilcomayo River in South America to talk about the completion of the study of mining effects on heavy metal concentrations in water, sediment, and macroinvertebrates. There are multiple ways that heavy metals enter streams. They can enter streams through geological weathering, industrial or domestic effluents, or agricultural fertilizers. This study focuses on heavy metals that enter streams through mining activities. Acid mine drainage occurs by oxidizing geological layers rich in pyrite forms. There has been low regulation of South American mining industry throughout history, which has caused many environmental mining accidents. This experiment was designed to understand the ecological effects of zinc, copper, lead, and cadmium pollution in different areas of the Pilcomayo River region of South America. The research compares areas without mining activity and areas with high mining activity along with reference streams. It was hypothesized that the high erosion in the upper part of the stream of unpolluted sediment prevents the contamination of heavy metals in the lower reaches of the region. The Pilcomayo River in South America is a tributary of the La Platera system with an area of about 272,000 square kilometers. About 1/3 of the river is located in Bolivia, starting in the Bolivian Andes and stretching towards the Chacoa Plains. Eventually, the river flows between Argentina and Paraguay before emptying into the Paraguay River. The Pati region of the Pilcomayo River was one of the most important silver mining resources throughout the 19th century and became a huge player in the tin mining industry in the 80s. During this period, the crushing, grinding, flotation method was introduced, which is thought to have greatly increased the contamination of lead and zinc in the waterways of the area. The reduction of the sediment size by several millimeters is thought to be the cause for the increased pollution levels from before when they used gravity concentration method. The overall high mining activity in certain regions of the Pilcomayo River is an excellent study of the impacts of mining on heavy metal pollution. In this experiment, data was collected from multiple regions of the Pilcomayo River. In the Pilcomayo region, there were 4 locations tested, 6 in the Pati region, 6 in the Villamontes, and 5 in the Argentinian floodplain. The Pilcomayo region is located at the headquarters of the Pilcomayo River and is thought to be unpolluted due to the lack of mining activity in the surrounding areas. Sampling region of the Potosi is located downstream of the Pilcomayo region in an area that is joined by the Tarapaya River. The Tarapaya River is known to be heavily contaminated by heavy metals. The conjunction of the Tarapaya causes increased pollution in the entire Potosi region compared to upstream. The Cachimayo River was also sampled in the experiment to serve as a reference stream. The stream is thought to be unpolluted and acts as a control outside of the Pilcomayo River. At each sampling location, sediment, filtered water, and unfiltered samples were collected. Aquatic macroinvertebrates were collected from 3 sampling sites in the Pilcomayo region, 3 sampling sites in the Potosi region, 4 sampling sites in the Villamontes, and 3 sampling sites in the Cachimayo region. To collect the macroinvertebrates, stones were carefully removed over kick nets. The macroinvertebrates were brushed off the rocks. This process was repeated 5 times at each sampling site. The macroinvertebrates were then placed in 70% ethanol and sorted by order and family level. For sediment collection, 1 100 milliliter beaker of water was collected from each site. The sediment was allowed to settle for 2 days before being dried using filter paper, and the solids were removed for metal analysis. Let's talk about the results. In regards to contamination, the extent of contamination varied largely in different regions. The Pilcomayo region and the Cachimayo region exhibited the lowest metal concentrations in sediment, water, and chromatid larvae. While these locations had lower or similar concentrations to the other regions, lead specifically had a concentration 3 times higher than the others tested. In the Tarapaya River, metal concentrations were very high. High concentrations of all metals tested in water, sediment, and chromatid larvae. Heavy metals were incorporated in the suspended matter or absorbed in the particles. The Villamontes region presented a middle group of heavy metal contamination. It was quite less polluted than the Potosi region, but higher than the Pilcomayo region and the Cachimayo reference river. From the research, it is clear that the mining activity of the Tarapaya River contaminates the Pilcomayo River. However, the mine tailings are mostly deposited in the upper parts of the river in the Pate region and do not reach the lower areas of the stream at the same concentrations. It was also shown that the division of the dry and wet seasons impact the presence of heavy metal contamination. It was found that the contamination present was worse in the dry season compared to the wet. In the results to the macroinvertebrate data in the Politico region and the reference river, the Pilcomayo, there is a wide variety of macroinvertebrates, including Coleoptera, Trichoptera, Emtoptera, Trichromidae, and Simulidae. This is a diverse community of macroinvertebrates. In the polluted Potosi region, the macroinvertebrate community was composed of 97% Trichromidae. The Villamontes region, there was slightly more diverse community of macroinvertebrates, about 50% Emtoptera with Trichoptera and Simulidae present. Only about 15% of the community was Chromidae. The stark differences between the polluted and unpolluted stream samples show that pollution decreases the diversity of the stream. The altitude of the streams could have created differences in macroinvertebrate communities. However, the Pilcomayo River is located at a similar altitude to the polluted region and showed a much more diverse community of macroinvertebrates. The complete dominance of Trichromidae, a species known to be pollution resistant, is considered to be the damage of heavy metal pollution. The Pate region of the Pilcomayo River is heavily affected by mining activity in this region. However, the contamination of the lower portion of the stream is protected by the natural sedimentation processes that dilute the mine tailings. It is necessary to acknowledge that additional measures must be taken to improve the quality of the stream and decrease the pollution of the Pilcomayo River.